I was waving at my neighbor when the police car screeched to a stop behind me. It was early evening, the kind where people are still walking dogs and unloading groceries. I had just parked, keys still in my hand, nodding politely to the woman from downstairs as she passed. The red and blue lights came on, so suddenly I thought they were for someone else. An officer got out fast and told me to put my hands where he could see them. I laughed at first, confused, pointing at myself like he must be mistaken. My neighbor stopped walking. Her face went flat. Another patrol car pulled in, boxing my car in. They asked if anyone else was in my apartment. I said no. They asked if I was sure. They said they were responding to an active domestic situation. Ongoing. Escalating. A caller reported screaming, threats, someone being blocked from leaving. I told them I'd been at work all day. Showed them my badge. My clock-out time. One officer nodded. Another didn't relax. Then they asked why the caller said this happened all the time. That's when my neighbor spoke up. She said she'd noticed patterns. Men coming and going. My lights on late. My tone of voice when I talked on the phone. She said she couldn't be certain, but she trusted her instincts. She said she'd rather be wrong than sorry. They went upstairs with me anyway. They searched my apartment while I stood in the hallway barefoot, answering questions that felt designed to trip me. Had I argued recently? Was I scared of someone? Did I want to change my story now that things were calmer? When they left, they told me to take care of myself. To think about my choices. The next day, my landlord called. Then my manager. Then building security. Each one mentioned the police visit like it was already a known fact, something I needed to explain my way out of. I filed a complaint anyway. Gave them timestamps, witnesses, work records, security footage from the parking lot showing me arriving alone. I didn't expect much. 3 weeks later, 2 officers knocked on my door again. This time, they asked for my neighbor. I watched from my doorway as they stood in front of her apartment, calm and patient, while her voice rose through the door. She kept insisting she'd only tried to help, that she'd felt threatened, that she'd seen enough crime shows to know how these things start. An officer asked her why she'd made 3 similar calls in the past year, all about different neighbors, all unfounded. Another officer explained the charge for knowingly exaggerating an emergency call. The fine. The note on her record. The warning that the next one wouldn't end this quietly. A week later, a moving truck showed up. She avoided eye contact as boxes were carried out, the same people watching from their windows who'd watched me with my hands on my car. Now when I park in the evening, the lot is quiet again. But I don't wave at anyone anymore.